person drinking tea over there. Ooh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it. 13 strongholds. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway...
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your...
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea, if you would. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came up...
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around...
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminal? They've got some nerve spying on you.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and count.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through... So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their... This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other... That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine...
Okay. Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like... But if you know what this merchant is up, you go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him, right?
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But if you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would...
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to... No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never... Oh. Oh! Paimon! Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the...
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to... Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so much, so the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the...
Wait! So you were just pretending?
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of those spies just now were his most important agents. The two people... The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auction. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar, but little do they know, while their attention's fixed. So, interested? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyu Vết!
I admire your selflessness, Traveler and Pine. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this? Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, the Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual. So our best bet, and I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and...
Try and stop me!
All right, let's start our...
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right?
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his... And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point.
Huh. Guess so. Paimon can see the port of Elon Wharf.
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can... Oh, let's hear it. Not too far off at all, traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge... So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't...
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. Well, all set. Remember, an eye for detail. Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical.
Huh. So there really is evidence around. What if the Millilith...
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fish. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse. Like needing a place to rest.
Ugh. Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active, so we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're... I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas? Spot on again, traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold you. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north.
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the Well, our next destination is decided then.
Nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
That's right. No detail is too small. The evidence could be even more... All right. I know you have an eye for... Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your... Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt... I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. He's got your... Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes.
All right, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding good.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time.
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area. Keep tabs on the situation. Once its two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then...
Got it! All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole...
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild... Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. So let's meet back up at Yilong Wharf in 2 days.
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Ooh! Paimon's getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
Well done, you two. Right on time. The day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Finance... See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport...
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all the...
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidus Harbor are a whole... But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that as an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene. Remember to keep a low profile.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to...
All right. Remember to... All set? All right. We'll meet back up...
So much cargo.
Okay, so, no fakes. These people are definitely... But did you see the strange markings on some of them?
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able... The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible... I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. Based on the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to
Yeah! Let's see this thing through!
Well, you've proved yourselves so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just so make sure you're prepared. The
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the...
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the car.
Are they inspecting something?
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. By all means,
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go up and...
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we... You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three...
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's...
Oh, so you've heard of...
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One...
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect... Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps.
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelon. I'm also heading to Fontaine.
Yep. Yelon is actually talking to them. All right. Then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those What's with this? And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says. Yelon really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing. Well, what does it say? Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities off their tails, not drawing even more attention. Okay, Yelon was right. There are innocent people on this ship. We need to find and disarm those bombs as... That's all the bombs on the deck. What about the car?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was...
Yelon! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was... Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous...
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scare...
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Boer. For an auction.
Ah, then rest assured. The Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and...
Our... since...
It's not a question of if, Paimon. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting desperate. He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, the last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction. But now we've ensured he could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction and let his goods go to him. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and at best, the Dark Financier has to find a new kind of mora laundering scheme. Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact. Can we let the...
Okay, so,
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction is Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation... I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
all right, time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination? A very important auction at the Hotel de Boer. This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to...
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. But... Wow! This place is packed! Is every rich person in Font... Oh, wait! The people we're after are hiding here too! It's time to get serious. What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Besides... Too bad! Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all...
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and...
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you!
Well, I am the current owner of the Yenshang Tea House after all, as well as an... So, I thought something with more of a Fontanian flair might be nice.
No, not at all!
All right. Well, let the vacation be... You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked.
We sure make a great team! But now that we're at the...
This time, your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the... When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do...
Wait, so... we get to actually take part in the auction?
Thoughtless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even... But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can... The Dark Financier knows we're on his tail, so I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents. After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, and I'm sure he's terrified. Because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their... Not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a...
Okay, so complicated stuff aside, the point is,
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up. But once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice...
Yeah! We're on a...
He's acting strange. And there's something... His tea aficionado pin is a special color. Most likely to make it easy, which means the two don't know each other well at all. That's something...
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this antique painted vase. Should be a...
Did you see those tea sets from Chenyu Vale? People were...
This was not how it was meant to go. Where did those two come from?
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Guardian...
You! I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman... If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and...
Eliminate?
You lucked out, kid. Getting cornered by the law just...
No. The boss said that even if I got sent to the fortress of Meropide, all I had to do was keep my mouth shut, and he would find a way to get me out. And he even paid me 3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang on for a... But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what? He's afraid I'm...
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making, would you get him...
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Guardian.
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss.
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver the goods.
All right, then. But first, we need to search your home for...
Phew! Mission accomplished. You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal.
Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that.
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
Well, what's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday or Dota?
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nap. The Millilith are pursuing Scamface. So that just leaves...
You got it. I love it when a plan comes together like this.
All right, then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lion's Den. It's time for the Dark Financier to face the music.
All right, this is where the boss told... This area is full of apartments and warehouse. Now to arrange an emergency meeting, but to tell you the truth, I have... Maybe he was planning to give me more info...
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth sailing. Well, after all the investigating it took us...
If all goes to plan, this should be the last phase of the investigation. All right, then let's see those detective skills in action. All right, the mechanisms have been activated. Now, all we have to do is wait for our target to take the bait.
You know what? For some strange reason...
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete accidents happen, of course. What I care about...
So you do believe in consequences. Seems...
Oh? A trap, I presume. I've set a fair... No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out... It's not easy to earn the dark financier Rovere Pelliccia's... 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a moral...
Why is the dark financier so... polite?
Oh, do be serious. You thought you'd corner me, and then what? I just...
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer as you cut off my limbs.
So you're planning on
My livelihood is in tatters. My moral laundering days are over. We both... I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but... So, Agent Yelan...
Ah! Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back what she said! This isn't very polite at all!
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine. 'Cause as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama... Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Ha! Ha! Cha! Ha! Busted.
Unbelievable.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No. I think I'll say you can pretend to have seen the error of your ways. Every coin of dirty money that you've and all you'll be able to do is...
You're not a detective.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. Whew. After 6 months of hard... Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to... Oh, Miss Yelan, Traveler, as a personal thanks for all your help.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler, but I was just doing my job. I can't... If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, analyzing all those... Maybe Paimon really...
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, we're heading to the Maison...
You really mean it? Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Edler and learn some cool new detective... All right! Then let...
Well, both our lives can get back to normal now. After talking about it for so long, I finally... Mind humoring me for a bit, Traveler? What a nice night. Fresh from maritime flowers. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere. Enjoying... All right. Then let's look for a place to stop. But first, I wanted to head to the Confrérie of Cabrières before it... I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry. Well, with the most cultured traveler in all of Teyvat by my side... I'm satisfied. This has been a night. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed. It can't be helped. Duty calls. I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated nod cry. No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligent. I'll fill you in later. For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this? That's right. After this, I know I can. I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Not Cry. If so.